Right, guys, welcome back to the Unfiltered podcast for the nighttime edition. We're back with the two lovely guests from earlier. You know, we had a bomb show. We're going to have a great show for the nighttime show, so let's get it.
Yo, we're back for another nighttime show on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. I hope y'all are glad to be here because I'm glad to be here. This is an amazing team that we have, amazing guests that we have. Shout out to everyone that's in the building right now. We got boy Ethan, photographer. We got Mr. Producer Anwar. We got co-host Eric. We got these two amazing guests, Josh and Angie. Thank you for being here.
Guys, if you didn't tune into the show earlier, you missed a really good one. Our boy Josh here just going off, man, dropping knowledge everywhere. Ange over here doing amazing as well. Ange was kind of quiet earlier in the daytime edition, so I think she might talk more for the nighttime. Just so you guys know, in between shows, what we do is we go downstairs and play some pool, and Josh usually likes to school everybody. But I think he lost today.
It didn't happen this time.
Yeah, I think he lost today. So
we had to give her something.
Definitely not. I did it all by myself.
But
with his motivation.
All right, guys. So today we have an amazing show. We're going to talk about relationships, like we always do. We're going to talk about the difference between men and women, even in raising kids. So I don't know if we want to get started right away with the next video, or do we want to let some of the viewers kind of trickle in?
Let's just wait for the viewers to come in.
Chat, while we're waiting, you guys can go ahead and ask questions. If you want to say anything to Josh, I know you guys, Josh has a whole bunch of fans on here, and Angie too. Angie's here. She'll answer any questions for us as well. While we'll be talking to you guys in the meantime. How'd you like the show earlier, Josh?
It was good. It was good. I appreciate being here, and I think it was a lot of value in that. So definitely, I like it.
It felt like a free therapy session. And it's funny because afterwards we were joking around because it was like, man, we always get the best conversations after we get off air.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. Already 25 of you guys here. We're gonna wait till Anwar fixes a camera, and then we'll get to the first video so we can react to it.
All right, all set. Y'all ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Go ahead.
Just gotta move it over here.
Shout out to the chat too.
That's me.
Oh yeah, there you go.
All right.
Oh.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Go
Do
ahead.
it.
Children studies have shown that a mother will naturally default to the love of the child, whereas the father will establish his authority, and that creates a level of humility and respect for hierarchy in the psyche of the child. And in the long term, it will result in a lack of entitlement in the child if the father is able to establish rule and order in his home. But it all comes down to whether the mother allows the father to establish rule and order with the children. Because in the West, women are given a lot of power, and sometimes that is abused as the father isn't given his importance. Yes, there are some men that are lazy, don't get me wrong. Just like how there are some women that are lazy. But if you're a mother, then you need to realize the importance of having both parents around for the child and allowing the father to represent his authority and rule inside the home if you truly want your child to grow up with humility and respect for other people. Do what's best for your child and let the father be the father. Because most likely, if you don't, you will regret it much later.
I personally never had my father in my life that much, so I can't even pinpoint on that.
Yeah.
I mean, in that, in what he's saying, kind of to play devil's advocate, that man has to make sure that he is somebody that the woman respects, and naturally he'll lead that household.
Okay.
naturally, you know, a man that is
Keyword naturally.
yeah, naturally. He's not going to try to force it or act like something he's not. And the woman's not going to have to take a step back. It's just going to work because the man is a man that the woman respects. So, I mean, if your house is being run with the woman calling on shots and wearing the pants and stuff like that, then like, bro, you need to either alpha up or she needs to beta down, you know? And if you're an alpha enough, she's gonna beta down to you. So yeah, that's my take on that.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Josh, you and me, I guess, kind of in the same position. We were raised by our mothers.
Mhm.
My mother was very soft, like very, very like
Mhm.
soft. I don't want to call her weak, but
Mhm.
soft. She was nice. She would let me get away with shit. She would cuddle me, you know, all that extra stuff. But I always seen that I need that father. I need that assertiveness. I needed that structure, that discipline that I never got until my grandma like gave it to me, and I'm like, Jesus, like. But it's weird because she's also a woman. Maybe like she's seen like the dynamic. Me getting coddled was making me weak. It wasn't like I wasn't gaining anything.
Yeah.
You from your perspective, was it that way with your mother?
I mean, I grew up basically with 3 mothers, 2 older sisters, and then my mother as well. And that was, you know, yeah, that can be a softer environment. I mean, my father was still there, but he wasn't, you know, kind of as previously explained. But what I think helped me a lot was like sports, mixed martial arts, all that gave me, you know, coaches, mentors, senseis to kind of look up to, get the shit kicked out of me, you know, by people that were stronger, bigger, faster, older. And that kind of instilled that, you know, respect for somewhat respect for people I actually respect. I won't say with authority, but respect for people worthy of my respect, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, you know, as if there's anybody else out there, like, yeah, you were raised in a fatherless home or something, it's that, again, going back to self-inflicted adversity, get into some mixed martial arts, you know, get into some exercise, you know, program or do something that's going to challenge your body, because then you're challenging your mind essentially, and you're going to grow from that. And you're putting those strains on you daily to kind of make up for that, what you were missing essentially, of that structure and those disciplines. And sometimes you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and be real honest and be like, yo, like, I'm fucking up. You know what I'm saying? You got to get on yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like that last lesson a father teaches is, hey, I'm not here no more. Like, now it's you. Now it's all on you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So for the people that maybe watching for the first time, there's a quote that you always say about a father and a son.
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and say it again?
Yeah. So the quote is, a boy doesn't become a man until his father dies. And that's that to me, like, I feel like until a man's father dies, no matter how old he is, I feel like he always has an exit strategy, an escape route, you know. And your father might not have to be dead, he maybe just isn't in your life. And that's basically being dead to you too, right? So I think in that aspect, it's that final lesson that a father can teach, like, yo, here you go, like, here's some things I maybe instilled you with, or maybe I didn't, or maybe I wasn't there your whole life, but that's the ultimate lesson as a boy growing up, especially in modern day society, is like, you don't have a father. Well, you better figure it the fuck out, or you better find somebody who figured it the fuck out, and get that, you know, mentor, father figure role, to kind of fill that gap a little bit. Find people on YouTube like you and I did with motivational speakers and everything like that, and we instilled ourselves with that because we knew what we were missing, so we understood what we had to go get. And I think that's very important. And again, a boy can't be a man until his father dies is huge and paramount for me, because I'm like, yo, like, there's nobody to lean back on. You know what I mean?
I agree.
There's nobody to lean back on as far as a man that can understand a young boy turning into a man's pain at the closest level, which is a father-son bond. So
right. I used to, for some weird reason, I would always watch YouTube, and even nature shows this. Like, if you look at lions, once a male lion starts growing into like adulthood, he's getting kicked out. Like, the dad literally sees him as a threat now. He got to get kicked out. And like you said, the dad doesn't always have to be dead in order for him not to be, you know, alive anymore. Essentially, that lion doesn't become an adult until he leaves a pride. And then once he goes and conquers another pride, he's actually like an adult. He's a man now, you know. Well, technically not a man, but he's a lion, right? And I would say this, the one question I have for you, Josh, and hopefully a lot of people watching can understand this question is, what about the people that don't have someone that puts them in martial arts or sports? What about the people like me that don't have any direction? What would your advice be for them?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, energy cannot be created or destroyed, so you're gonna have it, and you need something constructive to do with it. So I would say get into some mixed martial arts. Like get especially as a young man, get around something, do something that instills some kind of camaraderie. You know, get into, I don't know, whatever it is you like. I would say something that's physical though, something physical. You know, don't chess is good. Video games can be cool, like with your boys, but I don't even see that as cool anymore. Get into something physical, whether it be a sport or mixed martial arts, boxing, grappling, something physical. Do something physical with some men around you, instill that into yourself, and you know, you'll learn kind of the man you should be based on the example set before you by others who are people that you respect in all areas that are doing that as well. Yeah,
That's great advice right there. Anwar, you want to read some of these chats, bro?
Yeah, we got a bunch. Josh says, I hope they talk about success and money. GMC said, oh, they will, Josh. The guest Josh on the daytime show was spitting heat, excuse me. BDAV says, Abella Danger in the building.
Yo, wait, what? That's a crazy comment.
God.
That's a crazy
What
comment.
Oh my God. Do you know who Abella Danger is?
No.
Oh my God. Yo, I didn't think about it until it was said. That's crazy. You know, the funny part is every guy in here knows who Abella Danger is.
I have no idea.
You really
Yo,
don't?
No.
And I haven't even watched
Oh
it
man.
over a
Oh,
year,
she
bro.
lives in
That's
Miami.
crazy.
That's the funny
She does?
part. Yeah, she lives in Miami.
Link up. Bella, if you're
you're-
watching this, please come around.
you're gonna have to Google Abella Danger after this. You'll see everybody in the chat's laughing right now.
Should I be laughing?
It's not a
Yeah,
bad
it's pretty
thing.
funny.
Oh yeah, it's not a bad thing. Any other ones, bro? Yo,
Yes.
shout out to the chat for that, man.
We got a question from Josh.
Uh-huh.
What is the hardest part of being disciplined?
You said that's for me or from
From Josh to the panel.
Oh, okay.
There's another Josh out there.
Got you. I mean, just start. Like, the momentum is everything, and once you take that first step, it's going to be easier to take that second step. So the first day you instill a new discipline into your routine or your habits, you know, it's not a habit yet, so it's not going to feel as easy. But just starting that discipline, I think, is crucial. And I think that's the hardest part. And if you can just get over that initial hurdle of like, yo, you're fucking doing it, that's when everything gets easier from there. So yeah, because really you just get better. It doesn't really get easier.
Honestly, I feel like it's the consistency. Yeah, you can start, but it's keeping that habit. It's doing it over and over again. It's being okay with doing it again and again, because many people like change, and many people are like, oh my God, when is this gonna happen? When is this gonna come? When's everything gonna actually start? Since I started.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, that was the biggest thing, like consistency, keeping it up.
What got you to go to the gym?
Me.
It was just you?
Yeah, I grew up hating the gym. I completely dissed it. I knew I wasn't ready for it, so I started dieting. I was dieting for years, like keto or any that I found, just because I'm good at restricting my foods. But something sparked 4 months ago, and I was just like, I'm ready for the gym. Like, I'm ready to put that work in. I'm ready to be consistent. I'm ready to get what I want. I'm ready for my goal to begin. And I've been loving it. I haven't stopped. I've been going every day. I've been being consistent. Even when I don't want to go, I know the second I step into the gym, I'm going to be better. I'm going to be happier. My mood is just going to be on top of the world.
And that's a huge part of it, is like going when you don't feel like going.
Yep.
Right.
Just
I think
getting out the
that's
house.
Yeah.
like still continuing that discipline when you don't feel like continuing that discipline, whether it's a wake up time or a sleep time or eating certain foods or exercise or working on the business or doing whatever. It's like, you got to know that you have to do it when you don't feel like doing it, because those are going to be the most rewarding times that you do.
That's what matters the most.
100%. And that goes for anything. It doesn't have to be just a gym. It could be work. It could be the podcast, yo. Sometimes I sit here and talk to them. I'm like, man, I just don't want to shoot today. You know, like sometimes we have situations where like, man, it's easy to just be like, man, we'll shoot tomorrow. And I'm like, nah, we have to keep going. And then boom, what happens? Someone like you comes in and, you know, we have 35 live viewers and people are just like DMing me like, yo, that was a great show. And those are the little victories that you take with you. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna keep going, you know? Because it's very easy to give up. It's super, super easy. I want to give a shout out to my boy, Abe Barca. Yes, sir. Shout out to him. He's one of our guests. He flew down from Jersey to do the podcast as well.
That
And
gets you back on, Brian.
we've been super fortunate. Everybody that's come here, like the males, phenomenal guest, man. Amazing. We end up like being friends with you guys, you know. So it's like it's really cool.
But in the actual relationship,
Yeah. for sure.
personally, me for discipline, stop listening to the haters. Haters, I mean, if you're gonna listen to them, use them as motivators.
Yeah.
And eventually you're gonna get so many haters that turn into fans, and then you're gonna want more haters for that.
Yeah,
more
I've been doing
motivation.
that. I've been doing that. There's a lot of haters, you know, because I used to be with another podcast, and there's man, do we get haters? And then I sit here and I'm starting to turn that hate into, I'm like, you know what? You're lost, bro. You're lost in the sauce. You think you know what happened. You don't know what happened. I'm like, I'm not even gonna give you the benefit of going back and forth with you. And then they're like, yo, you're actually pretty cool. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm not a bad person, you know. My boy Barca has a question. I'm gonna take it from him because you know, he's a G. So go ahead, bro. Read that one.
So if you see your crush across the gym, how would you approach?
I think this is a trick question because I think he's a trainer too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think this question's for you.
Well,
Well, first of all, have you ever done it?
yeah, I've definitely had gym crushes. But I never really approached them.
Mhm.
I'm very shy when it comes to that. But I'll like subtly.
Subtle.
Subtle.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll like, wave at them, or I like give them a little smile, or maybe like, I'll be like, oh my God, pretend it's booty day, like give them a little action. It hasn't worked in my opinion, but I still try.
Oh, really? So you get turned down at the gym?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, Miami
do.
ain't playing. All right, that's your answer right there, Barca. Andrew says, if you don't have anyone hate you, feel free to hate on me. And
wait, you didn't let Josh answer.
what? Oh, go ahead, Josh. How would you do it?
Yo, sometimes if I know the choosing signals are right, I'll literally just pull up my dial on my phone and I'll be like, you might as well.
Damn.
You know, y'all saw me do that one. Basil saw me do that one. Like,
Yeah.
I don't give
it's-
anyone my number.
but that's the thing, like, right? So sometimes it's numbers, sometimes I'm just like, boom, choosing signals are that confident. But
Yeah.
if it's like so, I'll
Yeah.
go with Instagram.
But
But
when
typically it's Instagram,
Yeah.
because they already know a bunch of randoms already have that shit. But like, I might go to my Instagram and do the search and just be like, here, you might as well, and because like we know what's up. You don't even have to.
So
to
do you
do the whole
like
thing.
when you go up to girls, if you do you actually like try to have a conversation to get the number? Because that's how I start off most of the time. I'll be
We
like,
know what it is.
and then I go have the conversation while she's typing it in.
Nah, we know what it is. I mean, if you get the choosing signals, I mean, eye contact over 2 seconds is a choosing signal.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Like it's a choosing. Like she wants you, bro. Now all she wants you to do is walk up to her and
Yeah.
you got it. Just don't be a fucking clown when you do.
You just gotta be
know?
confident.
Yeah, just be confident. Be like, boom, have the fucking Instagram search bar up.
Yeah.
And just be like, here, you might as well.
Mhm.
And then as she's doing it, yeah, Josh, nice to meet you.
Mhm.
Well, I'll see you around.
And then walk away.
Yeah, walk away. Clip
Exactly.
it. Clip it right there. Now you're
Right.
It's gonna
now
stick
you're
her
a
head.
mystery.
It's in her head
Yeah,
now.
now
You
you're
go
a-
home
now
like,
you're a
hold on,
mystery.
he just
And
did that?
don't even look back.
Yeah,
Now you're a mystery.
don't look back.
Like,
That's
don't
the
even
key
look
right
back.
there. Do not look
don't
back.
Look back. Let her watch you walk away and
Yeah.
be like, who the fuck was that guy?
Right.
Because nobody, and that's the thing. If she's a fine enough girl, not a lot of guys are doing that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna go, wow, he actually had the balls to walk up to me. And that's why you see these fucking 5s that are dudes be with these 10s, and they're not in Miami, so it's not the money.
Mhm.
It's just because they had the balls to walk up to him and
You know what's
maybe
crazy?
made him laugh, whatever.
The funny thing with the 5s, they have nothing to lose. So a lot of 5s, they'll be like, fuck it. Like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, these guys out here are playing for keeps, man. Shout out to the 5s. Shout out to all of you guys, 1 through 10.
Hold on. Unrelated note.
Yeah.
You have male friends?
I do. I have plenty of male friends.
This is a question he always likes to ask every lady guest.
I have to know. So you have male friends though.
I do.
And you understand that's a red flag.
I do have more male friends than girlfriends.
Oh Jesus.
But I've never been really accepted in the girl world.
Why is that?
I wish I could answer.
Hmm.
I feel like they have to get to know me to really
Talking to the mic.
Sorry. I feel like they have to get to know me to really want to know me.
Mhm.
Like I have to be with a certain person for them to approach me, for them to be like, hey, like, you're actually pretty cool. And many people tell me that. They're like, oh, wow, like, you're actually pretty cool. I'm like, oh, thank you. But many males do approach me.
Mhm.
Pretty sure.
You turn them down?
Yeah, we
do.
know what they're
Really?
trying to do.
I do. Respectfully, I do turn them down. I'm not interested.
How do you turn a guy down respectfully?
I just tell them, like, I'm just not interested respectfully. Like,
So you just say, I'm not interested?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If they text me, that's what I say. Like that's my answer. I'm not interested respectfully.
And
You-
then they'll
wait, you
text
give
you
them your
as a
number?
friend,
No, I don't give out my number. I give out Insta.
and then
Okay.
you get the number.
Yeah, and then if
won.
they can have a conversation with me, many
Yeah.
people cannot have a conversation. But if they can have
True.
a conversation with me and I can like confide or not even confide, just like go through 5 minutes of a conversation without like going back and in,
Mhm.
you'll get my number.
How do you get turned down?
I don't
Wait,
Never had-
you
I
said
don't
you,
really I don't go for it. Like they just don't approach me and I don't even bother. I don't
Wait, you said you gone up to a crush before though.
No.
You haven't?
Like I've just like waved. I said, "Hey," like
Oh, you've
like
never gone up.
I've
Okay.
never
You never
gone
tried
up.
to spit no Riz?
Gotcha.
No.
Damn.
Maybe I'll
Um,
like be a little flirty, but they don't get it. I don't get it. I back up.
Okay, and with those male friends, if you ever got a boyfriend, would you dump them? I mean, like, would you just drop them?
No, definitely not. Because they're my friends.
You wouldn't dump your friends?
Nah, they started off as my friends. As long as they respect me.
Bro, it's nothing about
fine.
like
is.
you're not respecting your man. So what do you talk? How do you want respect from them?
To be
but you can't
fair.
respect your man.
I think Josh says you're not big on that, are you? If I'm not mistaken.
What, male friends?
Yeah.
I mean,
But you're not big on like her necessarily having to throw everybody away too, though, right?
here's my thing though. Like, if I'm a no, I know how far I want to take it with any girl the day I meet her. So if me saying, nah, you can't have male friends is a non-negotiable for me. Yeah, I mean, like, you got to play the game a little bit. You got to understand what is it you truly want here. And for me, it's like, yo, if I really ain't gonna take you serious, I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna care.
You could have your male friends.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. But if I, you know,
He's spitting game right
but
now.
this is game. Like, yeah, listen,
He's spitting game.
because you getting the truth right
Yeah.
now. Like, and if I do actually care, I don't want you around those other men because I'm
Yep.
too territorial. I'm too protective,
Yep.
and not in a jealous way, but in a yo, this is mine way, and I'm gonna die about mine. And I ain't gonna let her put herself in a position because I know women act on emotions to make a false move against me and then wreck what we could have here.
Yeah.
So that's how I go about that.
That's the realest thing. I'm telling you. If you have a guy and he's not tripping over your boyfriends, like your guy friends, he doesn't really care about you.
Facts.
He
That's a
just hit
fact.
it. That's
Yeah.
why he just hit it.
And he can still like make you feel like he does. He'll still buy you the flowers, you know, he'll smash and he'll take you out every now and then. But if he's not worried about those guy friends, he doesn't see you as someone that he really wants to protect fully.
Or he just can't get any other girl and he'll settle with you.
Yeah, then you're selling.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you agree? Like, so now that you have this knowledge, would you drop those male friends?
Honestly, I haven't had as many boyfriends to really feel that protectiveness.
Okay.
I haven't experienced that. Maybe it could be that I haven't experienced that, so I haven't had the reason to drop anyone. But then again, like I'm not really like that with my guy friends. Like I have my boundaries. I have my wall. Like there's a certain limit that you can't cross with me.
Yeah.
But I haven't had that protectiveness. I haven't had that, oh my God, like treat as a woman that I should have gotten, but
Yeah.
So you've never had a real boyfriend?
no, I guess
No?
not.
Okay.
I
cool.
have a question. What are the benefits of keeping your guy friends around?
Oh yeah, that's a great question.
That's an excellent.
That's
question.
a great question.
I feel like they give me a different point of view of life that girls can't give me.
Why can't I do that if I'm your boyfriend?
Why can't you YouTube it?
Yeah, let's get deep. Let's get deep with this.
I think like you know why guys are your friends, correct? Do you understand that? Like that they're 99.9% of guys that keep a girlfriend are probably trying to play the hero in the mask and cape and come to save the day when her man that she really wants is like not treating her right, and then he's gonna be there to kind of pick up the pieces and then get in your pants or whatever. Like that's 99.9% of the time. That's why I got like I don't know. I've maybe had a couple girlfriends in my life that like you would have seen me out with just hanging out, and they probably because they were my girlfriend at the time's best friend or something, and I just became friends with them through that. But like other than that, it's like if I have a friend that's a girl, it's probably more than that.
Yeah,
probably. If I'm hanging out with her on a day-to-day basis, it might be like, oh, whatever, like this is what it is. But if I don't see her too often or whatever, like it's just there's a fine line, and I think a lot of women act naive to that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, he doesn't want to fuck me. No,
Right.
no, bullshit.
Right.
Bullshit. If you're anything over a 7,
Mhm.
99.9% of men out here want to fuck you, and that's why they're keeping you around. They want to be around you as a guy friend.
Yeah.
And then you want a different perspective because you want beta male orbiters that you could fall back on. If your main man, the alpha that you really want, ain't giving it to you like you think you should, and then you want that different perspective, and then that different perspective, is going to be told to you and satisfy exactly what you want to hear, because those are your beta males. They're going to tell you whatever you want to hear anyways. So
Spit that game, Josh.
Damn.
Spit that game, Josh. Spit that game.
so that's really the game right there.
He's
Were
preaching-
you
he's
listening
preaching the
to
gospel.
understand?
Yeah.
Or were you just
I
listening
mean,
to listen?
he was going a little quick, but
Yeah.
yeah, I did understand. You do see people's motives. You do see who's actually there. You do see who wants to get with you. You see you know.
Yeah.
You can tell what people's motives are.
Right.
Yeah.
But some people I've met some genuine ass people that just
Or they
that just
Yeah.
Well, those genuine ass people, if given the chance, would fuck you raw.
Right.
so
right.
exactly,
Right.
that's a
Right.
fact.
Yeah. Agreed. JT says. Go ahead.
Yeah.
JT says, good move having Miami Jesus on the podcast, always dropping gems. If you know, you know. Andrew says, they're waiting for their chance. David says, ask her if her guy friends are gay. Ben says,
Right,
LOL.
David.
And then Basil's going to say that the gay friends are secretly bisexual, which is what he always says. GMC Hammer says, Basil going to have a gay friend prove he gay.
Bro, I have never said if you a gay guy, you're bi.
Oh,
I think you said that one.
No, I said
You said that. I don't believe that.
I said I don't trust gay guys are truly gay.
Yeah.
You know, like fully gay. Like I think there's a lot of I know there's a lot of gay guys out here running around hanging out with your girl right now tonight, being like, "Oh, I'm your gay friend," and
Right,
then
right.
really piping that shit up. Like
Right.
For
I'm
real?
telling you,
I
like,
said
I don't
this
think
earlier.
any
yo, I'm telling you.
Yo, I don't know if it was you or Anwar, and I said that. I was like, those gay guys, sometimes they hit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we're
was talking to
about- we
you.
were
I was like, they
having-
hit, and you're like, really? You think so? I was like, bro, what? They spend more time with that gay guy than they do with you.
Sure.
That gay guy knows everything, their vulnerabilities and like they know everything, bro. Of course they're gonna.
Like if he is a good looking,
Oh,
gay
yeah,
guy, like
for
you,
sure.
you know what's up.
Yeah,
but
for
do you
sure.
think they're playing the game? They're like, fuck it, this is the easiest
Bro,
way.
they're playing the fucking.
They're playing the game.
Bro, that's
Damn.
4D chess, bro.
That is
Damn,
that is a
chess.
game.
No, that is
a
chess.
game that I don't want to play. That's like rugby.
I wouldn't.
I just don't want to play it.
But it's a win with the women, but it's lose like societal.
Yeah,
Like, when
bro.
Other guys look at you are like,
You sacrifice a lot to play that game. Ricardo says Instagram is more personal than a number, though. They see your pictures, where you go, where you have been, versus a number is just a straight conversation. I could be wrong.
Anybody can follow you on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're private and you gotta, accept them. Like most women just want more followers, anyways. Like, so they're probably not on private or they're accepting everybody. So nah, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, less people definitely have people's numbers on their Instagram.
And Josh says, please talk about money and success, please. Josh, just so you know, his link is in a bio, and he does do mentoring or coaching.
Yeah.
So Josh, and since your name is Josh too, I'm pretty sure there's like a discount for that. So hit him up on Instagram. Andrew says boyfriend energy, LOL. Damn, some of these are so old. Like, well, I'm just trying to catch up with them. There's so many.
boyfriend energy.
Anwar, what happened to your G?
Oh yeah, I told him it got deleted.
Yeah, I got deleted, brother. So Roger says they're waiting for you to need a shoulder to cry on.
I mean, that's if you go to them as a shoulder to cry on. I mean, you can have guy friends and not really get into that emotional base with them. Like you can just be out.
But imagine if you have no one else
Mhm.
and you got very, very heartbroken.
Okay.
You gonna go to a girl or you gonna go to a guy?
I mean, if I got my girlfriend around, I'll go to her, but I would go to a guy's perspective.
Mhm.
But
He's gonna play that game.
he
Because you
he can-
vulnerable. He gonna
can
play that
game, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean he's gonna succeed.
This is actually good because David says, question for the panel. If you insist on having guy friends, that's for you. Are you okay with your boyfriend letting him pick out who your guy friends can be?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like guys know what other guys' motives are. I feel like guys know what guys are. I've had my ex tell me like, "Oh no, he's not here for this, that." Like that's his motive. And then I go and if you tell me straight up that that's what's going on, then
As
I can
as
tell
a
you right
girlfriend,
now,
I'll
yes.
drop
I'm
it.
so
Yeah.
sorry.
I don't
I'll
have to
drop
see
it.
any of them. I don't gotta
Yeah.
hear about them. Yes, dick. They want to fuck.
Yeah.
If you're anything over a 7, I'm telling you, it's like they're all gonna take that opportunity.
Let's
It's really just a respect thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why do I have to ask you and come to you like, can you please drop these guys? Like,
It's not, can you please drop them? It's I see what's going on and I don't want it. Like, and that's easy for me. I'm okay, done. Like I am that. Like I could say, like you said, girls are naive. I am very.
but now you know you have this information now.
Yeah,
So
I have this information now,
time,
but none of my guy friends are like that.
Yo, guys.
none of like what,
None of them are.
bro? If you text them right now, let's fuck. They are fucking. What are we playing this
Yeah,
game
do that
for? Why are you
experiment.
acting
Yeah.
like
Do
this?
the experiment.
Sorry, guys. I had to. I'm laughing at something that Anwar wrote, man, because someone was like, "What happened to your Instagram?" He says, "My enemies are after me," and I just can't fucking stop forgetting about the Tinder swindler because that's what he would tell all the
So
girls.
he did say that.
He's like, "My enemies are after me." Did you see the Tinder swindler?
Nah.
Bro, you gotta
Yeah,
watch
go
that.
watch that.
You
They
have to watch
basically
it.
told you how to finesse girls.
Yeah.
Book by book. They told him how he got caught. It had nothing to do. They said what he did was legal. It was
Yeah.
that crazy. I'm like,
Yeah, he
they
actually
put this on Netflix.
He actually he didn't get time for doing it. He actually got time because he was like going from
Yeah, he flied on a fake
country to
passport
country. Yeah.
because he already had a charge before this. Unrelated.
We couldn't even begin to explain
Basically,
how complicated that
Yeah.
is.
basically what he
was.
would do, he would convince girls to give him loans, so they would take out loans under their names.
Yeah.
And then he used that money to flex to get more girls to do
Yeah.
the same thing.
And he was getting girls after girls and repeating the whole cycle. And these girls were taking out like $50,000 loans.
Yeah, I think the
Big money.
one girl is like 350K.
Yeah, and that, and he
But
was going from country to
I
country.
know it
doing
sounds crazy, but if you watch it, you're like the
Yeah.
girls in my set. You can see how she got
this.
played
Yeah,
because he would take on a private jet.
private jet.
You know, he would sew her off on. You know, what I'm saying? It was crazy.
But guess what? He was using another girl's money to do that.
Yeah.
And he would get that girl to
Right.
take a loan out to do it with another girl. And it was like, this dude was living
It
a
was
life.
crazy. He was like, "Yeah, let's move in together."
Yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
he basically say like, my enemies are after me. They close my bank accounts. I just need to
Right.
borrow 30 grand. You'll have it by next week.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. But yeah, that's why I was cracking up. Sorry about that. But back to you. So if a guy comes in, right, he likes you and he says, "Hey, you have guy friends. I need you to get rid of all of them. You can have this one guy friend here." You're cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because it just comes down to what it is. And if you see it and I don't, I believe you.
But
I trust you.
You see it now, bro. Why are we playing this? You know they are trying to hit. They want to hit,
Even if they wanted to, they couldn't.
but that's not the point of it. And you know that's not the point.
So this goes to something that David is saying. David says, "I'm gay," and Josh is not wrong. Some gay guys are secretly bisexual and hide in a gay community to seduce women.
There you go.
All right, before I say this,
Uh-huh.
I don't have a problem with homosexuals or gay people.
Mhm.
But think about, like, imagine it. If I was surrounded by gay guys, right, and I was friends with them, and I know every single one of them want to fuck, but they don't like try me because I'm not on that shit. I'm gonna sit here and allow that. Like, would you allow that, Josh? You know they would fuck if you gave them the chance. They smacking your ass, bro.
What? What are we talking about here?
Where did we go?
Where did we just
Yeah,
go
are you
to, bro?
allowing that?
What are you talking about? You
You
talking about
allowing
if
that?
gay girls or gay guys?
No,
were-
I'm trying to put it in perspective for it. If we had gay guys surrounded by us, right? But we're not letting them, like, bro, they're not.
I'm not
fucking,
even
bro.
going. I'm not even talking about that. I don't know where we're going with that.
But, like, bro,
that's not an analogy I
that's
want to
not-
feed
alright,
into.
Okay, so you understand. But that's my point. I'm glad you said that. That's the point of it. I wouldn't even allow it to get to that point.
Like I don't hang out.
I'm
with
not having
let me put it
zero
this
gay
way. I
friends.
don't hang out with lesbians. Why?
Yeah.
Why do I need to hang out with a lesbian?
Exactly.
Like, and there's nothing against lesbians, nothing against gay guys, but there's bad apples in that bunch, just like any bunch. And yo, I'm telling you, he just admitted, he's gay, he's in the gay community, and he understands. Yes, there are gay guys out there that are really doing that.
That shit woke me up because I
It's
didn't
crazy.
believe that. I actually
crazy.
believe no guys could be bi. Like, it's either you're gay or you're not.
No.
GMC has a question for me.
Go ahead.
How much of an increase in hoes are you seeing after getting your 650? Well, it's not a 650. It's an M6.
Yeah, shout out to the M6.
And no one knows what it is, so I get no hoes.
Yeah, and guys, but it's a really nice car too. And shout out to the chat, man. You guys are live tonight. Holy shit, this shit is going. Go
also,
ahead.
GMC had another question from the top of the show. He asked, was there ever any outlets in fiction, like a character that the panel has looked up to as a father figure to seek characteristical guidance from?
Good question. I'll let you start off with that.
Ooh, that's a good
Fictional?
one.
Yeah, fictional
Like
character.
a fictional character. Not really, man. I never believed in like idol worship in a way. And I mean, I guess when I was real young, I looked up to like rappers like Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre. I looked up to them, but then when I kind of realized like, you know, yeah, I respect them for them who they are as musicians and their mindset and stuff like that. But I ultimately just came back to, yo, like I admire my father, my mother, and God. And those are the only three people I truly look up to and have like a true ingrained respect for just naturally since I was a kid.
But those people, they still inspire you, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Because you got to remember, like with everything I said about my father earlier, like I know what I want in a woman based on my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she stuck by my father for 8 years when he couldn't offer her anything.
True.
But just being there as a shell of a man
Yeah.
who he used to be,
And that's
while
hard.
taking care of 3 kids. So, you know, it's like I know the example that's set for me. So like, and they say every man grows up to marry his own mother, whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, like, man, and she wasn't running around these streets,
Yeah.
like these women today. Like,
Yeah.
like I know her body count. That like that's how I got the formula.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's my standard is my mother.
Yeah.
And that's it's crazy to me because I'm blessed with amazing parents. It wasn't the perfect story of how it all happened, but I was blessed with amazing parents who had a great relationship where the traumatic experience damaged it all. But you know, I know the example that's set for me by my mother, and that's where I base everything off of.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool, got it. Like I see what an example of a strong woman is, and a woman that's really going to stick by her side and the characteristics of that. And she's shown me that. So like when it comes to just looking up to anybody, it's my mother, my father, and God, because I don't know nobody else like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know who they are as human beings. I don't know Eminem or 50 Cent.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and it's hard to look up to people that aren't even your blood.
Yeah.
right.
I
Or
mean,
fictional characters, like,
Yeah,
you know, like
exactly.
Batman or whatever. I never really looked up to superheroes. I was
Yeah,
like,
me
I was in
either.
reality by the time I was 4 years old.
Yeah,
It was like, boom, motherfucker, you're in this shit. You're in life. This isn't no fictional character. Like this is no, you know, screenplay. This is real life now.
Yeah.
Like your dad's the fucking hero in this movie right now. You know, you're watching it happen. So that was that for me.
That's crazy. And one more point to what he said earlier is, first of all, your mom was a real one. Shout out to her.
Fact.
Also, any man that's gonna come into a woman's life, this is a very unpopular belief. People think that it usually takes like a while to know if you guys are gonna be together, if you should be there. I actually think it's the opposite. I think when a man meets a woman and he knows. Like you said earlier, if you meet a woman, you know already if you're gonna take her seriously or not. You're not gonna wait 6 months down the road to be like, let me see if she likes the same things I like. Nah, you know immediately because now you know you're willing to do make sacrifices for that woman, and that's how I typically feel like men know. Just so you know, that's just a little advice for you. All right.
There's only a couple boxes to check for a woman.
Yeah.
Are you feminine, beautiful, submissive, cooperative? And you know what I'm saying? Do you make me feel good when I'm around you? That's about it. And are you a whore? Like there's like 5-6 boxes you got to check.
Exactly.
As a woman, like, you know, and it's like,
so easy.
It's so easy.
Loyal, respectful, look good.
Yeah, literally. So
Crazy. Cool. I don't want to forget about the other videos. You want to play the next one, bro?
You didn't answer the question.
What was the question?
Take any or do you admire
cartoons? I didn't really have time to really look at any cartoons growing up. So
yeah.
I won't lie though, I did try to find people in the process of like, you know, group homes and shelters and you know, youth facilities. I remember I can name every single group home I went to, you know. I did try to find people to look up to, but unfortunately none of them cared enough to kind of give me that guidance.
What about your books?
Well, I guess, you know, in my books, but I was reading all fiction and I knew it was all fake. So it was never, it wasn't until I started growing up and I started listening to like Jim Rohn and Les Brown, Eric Thomas. And I was like, yo, these are the type of guys that I want to listen to. And it was hard too, you know, because it was much easier playing Call of Duty. And, you know, you're talking trash to your friends on there, but I still kept doing it. That's why when I hear your story, I'm like, damn, we used to do the same things.
Same exact thing.
You know what I mean? It was like, you know what it was? It's like you're going through all this and something inside of you still knows like, yo, I'm supposed to be doing something. You know what I mean? Like I even when you have like moments where you break down, because I used to break down a lot. There was always something I was like, okay, no one wants to give it to you. Go YouTube it. Go find it. So YouTube, thanks. Shout out to YouTube, man. And it's funny because now we're doing YouTube, right? So shout out to YouTube for always being there. But yeah, hopefully that answered. I never really had anyone. Yeah, never really. And also the one thing that me and him don't necessarily agree on is I'm not really big on faith. Like I don't really believe in God. So but I will agree on one thing with you is that I do believe that energy doesn't die. That's so I
Do you believe in the devil?
Not really, bro.
Do you believe there's an evil that's on this world that is
I know where you're going at, because
You
if
know
you
where
believe
I'm
on
going.
one, you got to
Right.
believe on the other, right? But I don't. Like I had this conversation with him. We were talking literally after one podcast. We sat here for like 5 hours talking about everything: Illuminati, Hillary.
we're on YouTube, not Rumble.
And we sat here and talked about everything, and we talked about death. And I was like, bro, when we die, I think we just die. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I think like that's it. Like I don't think we go to hell. I don't. I could be wrong. I still have time to figure it out. But as of now, I'm not. I don't really believe in that.
And there might not be a heaven or a hell. But what scientists say is you go into a dream state. So maybe it is whatever you're dreaming. Oh, like I'm dead. Like now I'm dreaming about I'm in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Or what is the placebo effect? You know what I mean? So what you believe, you have to believe the lie in order for it to become real first.
Exactly.
Your thoughts animate reality, and you view the world as you are, not as it is. So when, I'm saying, just having that belief in something greater than yourself, because I don't believe there's a man in the sky that's going to come out the clouds and save me. No. No. He resides in all of us, or it resides in all of us. She, whatever the hell, however you want to characterize it. There's something, there's an energy, like you're an electromagnetic being. You have was firing in my brain right now, electric impulses. Like that isn't crazy to y'all.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what, like how, and the word I use to explain that is God. It's not some man in the sky though. It's an energy. It's a thing. It's a force upon the world that, like, how did we get here?
Right.
If you don't know, then I just let it be for the by and by. And like, and I've just seen too much. I've been through too much to where, I felt I lost my faith for a while too. So I understand that. I understand that I was in ICU myself, questioning like, yo, where's God? And then the clock on the wall starts going crazy. My mother can vouch for that. So it's like, I understand. I understand where you're coming from with that. But I think seeking you shall find, and if you don't want to, then that's fine. But teach their own. But yeah, man, I think there's just something big. I don't think it's everything they wrote in the books that are all, manipulated to control people. And I don't think it's anything like that. I think it's a lot deeper, and I think it's more intrinsic and less extrinsic. And I think they want you to believe that you don't have power, by giving it to something else.
I agree with that.
So I believe the thing is I believe in free will, and I believe in God's will, or whatever you want to call that. And I think the more you align with God's will and your free will, and it's a personal relationship. It's not something you got to go to church for, or some synagogue or anything like that. You got to have a personal, it's your dialogue. That small voice in your head, that might as well be God, because you can't tell me where those thoughts are coming from.
Damn.
Yeah, and we'll probably after the show, we'll probably sit down here for like a good hour and have a fire conversation about this. That's the way we always do. My boy David says Josh is profound in the things he says.
Facts. Well, honestly, I'm surprised that you're not like just a spiritual person. Like you believe in like
I am. No,
I mean you're a spiritual person. I mean like don't believe in God, spirits. There's a good spirit and there's bad spirits.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a very paranormal household, and I didn't get into it on the last one. And this is more like the dating kind of, whatever, male female dynamic one. But we get on that some other time. But yeah, I mean, I've like, I don't know, I've been in shit like horror movies, what I mean, like where it's like, blood stains on the floor in the kitchen when you wake up in the morning, the stovetop burners being on at 3 a.m. for no reason, like the pictures coming up off of hooks and falling like that. They have to come up and out and then fall down. Family pictures, like clocks coming off the wall, watching this shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Seeing shadows and figurines of people with just me and my father, and it's a little boy and my father saying, who's that boy at the table? And me and him are the only ones seeing him. Like I know like, and other people in my family, not just me, experiencing all these things. And it's just like when you see stuff like that, like there's something. Yeah. So it makes you question, and as asking, you ask questions. So you ask questions. Like asking questions is the start to everything.
But those spirits can't hurt you unless you let them hurt you.
Yeah, well, I have a belief.
He said something deep right there. We missed it.
I know. So I have a belief that I'm invincible. It's that belief of, and even though I know that if a bullet hits me, it's probably gonna go through me or it's gonna pierce my skin and stuff. But the fact that I believe I'm invincible and that I believe I'm untouchable makes me that much more armed and guarded in that sense, because now my placebo effect is working for me and not against me. I believe God is on my side. I believe I am on God's side. Therefore, whatever that energy is, that positive force for good, like if you understand electrical systems, you have a positive and a negative.
Yeah.
There's that in the electrical systems. This whole world is electromagnetic. So you have to understand that. And then you understand, okay, well, one of those is God, one of those is the devil. Doesn't necessarily mean good or evil in that substance, right? But there's definitely people out here who are more lean to the right, more lean to the left, so on and so forth. But yeah, it's just I
want to get deep with this, but like I know we're this is dating.
Yeah,
I want to ask you. I want to ask you a question.
Let me stop.
And
damn, I really want to
so
ask you a question.
my boy Andrew says God knows all body counts. He's getting deep on there too. How many more videos we got, bro? Because we've already gone 45 minutes.
We have 6 more videos.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's just do a few more.
I would argue in relationships it's probably similar. Men aren't leaving, women are. So to a guy's point of view, he's going to commit to this girl, and what does he get? He doesn't get purity anymore. You know, these hoes. You know, he doesn't get youth anymore, so he doesn't get either of those things. A lot of times she already has a kid, so he's not fulfilling his mating strategy. On top of that, even if he does find a good woman that maybe has the qualities he's looking for, she was going to want him to marry her, right? And what does he get out of that? Oh, she can leave and take half. And take my kids, and she's paid to take my kids away from me. She gets more money if she takes my children. And so from the men's point of view, they're just kind of like F it, because like women aren't wives nowadays. Women divorce men 70.
That's a fact.
Sheesh.
I don't even want to touch on what you said, but like,
shout out to her. She's spitting.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
women nowadays have male friends. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah,
that's a huge problem with society. And you look back then, it was literally had no, like, women didn't have male friends. They knew better.
Yeah. To that video, I'm just gonna kind of go over it real quickly. She said that women are paid to take kids. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And you know, women aren't giving men the youth anymore, because most of the time when women want to settle down, they're like 35.
Yeah.
And they're not virgins. So everything that a guy would do to, like, everything a guy would work for in a woman, he's no longer getting it, but women are still demanding that. That's crazy.
They can demand that from everybody but me.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm not about it. Like you're 30, you're basically done. Like, unless you're still a virgin some way, somehow, maybe you still got it. And if you look like you're 24, but you know, it's like very few out there.
Most likely,
that.
You know,
most likely you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
And then that virgin that's 30, she's, you know, she wants the top echelon.
If she's
30-year-old virgin, that's
rare.
crazy.
That is rare. She has to be like a nun or something.
That's crazy.
Or
she's
was
ugly.
a nun, or was.
Or she's ugly.
Yeah,
or
she's
I don't know.
Andrew
That'd
says
be hard to do, man.
Andrew has a question. He says, would any of the men here sign a prenup with his girlfriend that is older than you? That is my situation with the woman I've been dating for 4 years now.
Nah, I just wouldn't do it legally. I'll just do like a religious marriage.
He said, I'm 32. She's 46.
Oof. Whoa, what the fuck? Bro, you're in your prime. What are you doing? Are you good?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
Hey,
evaluate.
let's have like a consulting call. Bro.
I think that might be.
Wait, I'm confused. Did he sign a prenup?
That's what I'm saying. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a sugar mama situation where like she's the breadwinner or something. And in that case, bro, you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself, and ask yourself, why are you 32 pulling 46-year-old women? I mean, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But I think if you know you could pull a 24-year-old or whatever, you would. But I
also have a problem with that, because if that is the situation, why are you trying to get money off another girl? And why is it even a question? Like, oh, bro, like, I don't care.
He said she wants me to sign one.
Oh, man. That's what it is. She's the breadwinner. And he's not. So what I'm gonna say to you, bro, is
level up,
bro. Like, check yourself before you wreck yourself, bro. Give yourself a slap in the face. Look in the mirror and be like, yo, would I fuck me? Would I want to date me? Would I want to marry me? You know what I'm saying? Would I trust me? And if you can't do that, then, you know what I'm saying, go out there, put some work in, get in shape, get your money right, get your head right, you know, and you shouldn't be marrying up 14 years.
Definitely not when you're 32 in your prime.
Man, that
he said
in his prime.
He said he makes more money than her. She just has money from her ex-husband and family.
So she has total more money than you.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like, she still has more bread. And like, why are you asking this question in the chat? That's why I'm. Like,
Yeah, Andrew, I'm
like,
just gonna say that
on.
that your money's her money and her money's her money, bro.
Right.
You have to understand that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, do you agree with that?
No, yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah, because you kind of were
course.
looking at me like
No. I completely agree.
when you date guys,
Yeah.
your money's your money and his money's your money, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a girl could, help out and do stuff for him, but it's generally that they expect guys to give in more.
I think I don't understand the whole. I mean, yeah, you get certain tax benefits and all that, blah 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 blah, and you can say I'm officially married based on this piece of paper with this government that says this, and this, and I'm like, bro, like you're now you're locked into the system's rules. Like fuck
100%.
that, fuck marriage under law.
And those benefits are not even worth it.
No, it's not.
They're not
worth
even
it.
worth
It's not
it.
worth losing half and
Unless
losing
you
your
got
kids and
unless
everything.
you got a
like that.
brokey mindset, then it is.
Yeah, it's not worth it. But society pushes marriage really, really hard. So
Marriage
You
is
wonder
great.
why.
Just under law and under the contract of especially the US is very toxic
Yeah.
and it's not beneficial. Just if you look at it from a logical standpoint in a business transaction, it is not beneficial for the man. It is not. It completely favors the woman, and to me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why can't you just be married under religious pretext or whatever else? You know,
why can't we be
write your
married?
own contract? Like, yo,
Hey, there you go.
I love you, you love me.
There you go.
I will take care of you. Take care. Like, is that fucking
Yeah.
simple?
It
Make
should
your
be
own.
verbal, yeah.
Think about this for a second. When you go for a job, you fill out all this paperwork, and when you get married, like you can do the same thing for yourselves. You know what I mean? Someone said, drop Josh's membership link. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have that on a bio.
Yeah, it's at the link in my bio. The Josh Pelton. It'll be in the bio of this, and you can go to link in my bio. It'll be a link tree, and then you'll see everything off of there.
Yeah, guys, make sure you go click that link. And yeah, but we have a whole bunch of other comments, but we're gonna get to the next video because we want to make sure that we finish these off. Shout out to the chat, man. You guys are live today. Go ahead.
Fair, all men are dickheads. Yeah, I just say that because I actually don't know anyone that's that nice who's a man.
Isn't it weird how if Andrew Tate says something half as sexist as that, women hate him, they go at him, they want him cancelled, he's a misogynist, he's this, that, the other, they want him dead pretty much. But when a woman says something as outwardly sexist as that, like identifying an entire demographic as something negative purely based on your own few personal experiences, oh no, that's celebrated by the same women that will hate Andrew Tate for saying the things he says. Being where we live, isn't it? I wonder how many women are going to call her out for acting like that and being sexist. Because that would be equality, right? That would be what feminists want, isn't it? For men and women to be treated fairly and equally and with respect. But I don't think any of them are going to call that out, are they? And then if I was to say all women can't drive because in my personal experiences, they haven't been very good drivers, I'd be labelled a misogynist, right, and a sexist, which makes sense because that's me identifying an entire demographic based on my own experiences, just like she's doing.
Wow. He said a lot there.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Josh?
She's better for sure. I mean, you can see it's written all over her face. She's not, she's a 6 out of 10 and she's been used and abused. And, if that, I mean,
yeah, if
that, I'm being favorable towards her. I'm trying to be nice, but, yeah, I mean, she's bitter for sure. And you can see it. It's written all over her. And, the guys that she's been with perhaps are just dickheads because they know she's no good for more than a night. And if she behaved like a wife and wasn't wearing all the makeup and trying to be something she's not, then maybe somebody take her serious and not be a dickhead. And maybe her standards are just a little too high for where she's actually at.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of women do. They overestimate. Oh, I'm a 10 out of 10. Like, and you have that cocky, like no guy wants to come home to that.
Agreed.
Stop it. Like, like you could be a 6 and be nurturing and caring and and like really show up for your man. And chances are like he's gonna realize over time, he's gonna be like, damn, like, yeah, she's a 6 or 7, but she'd probably be amazing for my kids, like my legacy. She actually takes care of me. She gives me massages whenever I want, blah, 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 blah. Like, obviously, ideally, you're going to find a 9 or 10. Right, yeah. It's overall, like, you know what I'm saying? She's a woman after your heart, even if she ain't even all that pretty.
It's like, it's 6 physically, 10 in your eyes.
Yeah.
Because of all the things she's doing,
right.
all the values
she's
adding.
And that's a girl who thinks she's a 10 and she's showing up with that attitude, like already coming off with that pessimistic viewpoint. I don't want that negativity in my life. Fuck out of here. Yeah. You end up with dickheads because they don't care about you. They ain't men you actually truly respect. And, you know what I'm saying? You're just.
She's an independent woman.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Dana says, I think this is about the previous conversation we were having. She says, write your own vows and a sticky note and sign it. Done. Happy marriage. Ricardo says, women definitely cherry pick what they want to be equal on. most of the time it benefits themselves. And then GMC Hammer says no guy wants a disagreeable woman. Gonna go ahead and switch that word for you over there, homie. I've been working on my vocabulary.
Hold up, ask Angie what she thinks about the video.
What do you think about that video, Angie?
I definitely think that she just hasn't been looking in the right place. She hasn't been like searching. Not all guys are dickheads. Many people are genuine, and it's sad that they've messed that up for her, that she can't just get out of that viewpoint. But if you generally talk to a lot of people and get to see their point of views and get to see where they came from, you can notice that there are good guys that you can actually go for. There are guys with motives. There are guys that have, that want a life for themselves, and not only for a girl or for anyone. They have that motive for themselves, and girls see that. Many girls see that. Many girls don't.
Okay, well, why do you think the guy messed it up for her?
I was just gonna say that, bro. They didn't do it to her.
Yeah, why do you think that? Like, why did it to her?
We all waited.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. I was like, I'm ready. I want to say this quick.
Because here's the thing. Women never hold each other accountable.
Exactly.
What about what she did in a relationship, right? Who knows?
I mean, yeah, you're right.
You're like, well, it sucks that they messed it up. What?
Well, for me to have that viewpoint on someone that you're a dickhead, it's because you did me wrong. Obviously, I probably had to do something, or you just approached me, or I probably dissed you, and you're just like, yeah, fuck you. Like, it can really go any other way. But I mean, to really viewpoint that someone's a dickhead and to pinpoint that all guys are dickheads, it's because obviously she has been hurt by them.
How is it all guys?
No.
Or she attracts dickheads.
Exactly.
But that's her fault.
That's her fault.
What's the common denominator,
she's not
though?
looking in the right places. She's not having those genuine ass communications. She's not looking in the right spots. She's not asking the right questions. She's obviously looking for something that has to probably do with her trauma and is just leading back to whatever she's comfortable with. She's not getting out of her comfort zone.
Yeah, what I say is at a certain point, it's not the men's fault.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it's like there's got to be an age. I don't know if it's 28, 32, whatever, but at a certain point, baby girl, is not the man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. What's the one common denominator? It's her. She's the same person that all of them are that way.
No.
And no, I'm saying, like, that's what she said. She said all of them. She said she doesn't know one guy that isn't.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, what about you? Well, why don't you look in the mirror and ask yourself what's going on with that? Holy shit, guys, your chats are still coming in. We see ya. We're gonna go to the next video, bro. Go ahead. We'll get to some of these chats in a bit. Go ahead.
Most men will only experience unconditional love from their mothers, and some of us don't even get that. Most of us have never even felt appreciation or respect without conditions or hidden intentions. We don't know what it sounds like to hear, "I see you, and I'm proud of you. I'm glad you're here. You really make a difference." Yet the expectation is to constantly be displaying the strength and love that the world is hesitant in conveying. We're expected to have a thick skin but get judged if it turns to a hard shell. The first step in being a man is ignoring the hunger. Cause yes, boy, you gonna be starving. Starved of attention, starved of affirmation, starved of love, starved of being told that you are enough. Step 2 in being a man is comfortability with replaceability. You are only as good as you are useful. You are only as valuable as you are needed by others. Should there ever come a day, boy, where you fail to provide everybody with a smiling face, then do not be surprised when they say all men do is take up space.
Damn.
Yeah, I love that. I think he pretty much said it all.
What stuck out to you? Because he said a lot there.
Yeah.
Replaceability was the one for me.
Yeah.
Mine was the mother's comfortability.
Yeah.
You won't get comfort like that from anyone else unless you find the right woman, like you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like that whole thing. It's just I don't know. There's like a part of it where it's like so real, right? But at the same time, it's like a victim mentality.
There you go.
So I love it. I love it, but I kind of don't like it at the same time. And that,
I agree.
It's like you're sitting there crying, and honestly, if we're keeping it 1,000, women don't like that shit.
Yeah, of course.
They don't want to
Of
see a
course,
man
yeah.
kind of complaining about.
Right,
Nobody
right.
gives a
Right,
fuck,
right.
bro. Nobody cares about the poem you wrote, bro.
Agree.
Like, I'm just keeping it 1,000. I care. I think it's fucking beautiful.
Mhm.
But I'm telling you right now, the women out there, they're like, "Who's this sappy little
Yeah.
bitch?"
And
You know,
I
like,
agree.
I don't want him. Like da 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 da. Like it turns a bitch off to see a man crying. Like,
Absolutely.
she doesn't want the guy that's gonna cry through anything. She wants the guy that's gonna be impenetrable and invincible and so on and so forth. And it's like, yeah, we have feelings too, but
Mhm.
it's at our disadvantage to even show them, unfortunately.
Mhm.
And that's the people you need to show them with is your boys, is
Yeah.
your brothers, you know.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So I relate to this video and I'm like, damn, I feel that, but I don't agree with it with the way he's going about it, because it's like, I agree with you. Nobody wants to hear that, bro. But it's what the problem. It's why men like him end up, unfortunately, deleting themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
It's truth he's spitting.
because no one can hear that. Even men like us, we're like, yeah, bro, that I can relate, but like,
And I've been there.
right,
You know?
and I've been there, but I also know what comes with that mentality of like, oh man, get ready for this, you know, because then you get complacent and then you start playing that victim mentality and you're like, oh, you don't get anywhere with that mentality.
It's survival of the fittest.
Yeah, unfortunately it is, man.
Right.
And
Shit, not
it's always been like that.
unfortunately.
Well, I mean, yeah, fortunately, but also unfortunately for people like him or anyone else who can't survive.
Yeah.
Bro, I
but
know
you
for a
gotta-
fact,
is
I
it
know
there?
for a fact that there's not too many people that could go through the stuff that we've been through.
No.
Bro, there's people that take their own lives because they got bullied in school.
Right. Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah, I didn't even talk about that.
I know.
That happened
Yeah.
to me too, you know? It's
Yeah,
like,
of course.
that's just the like lesser of my
That's like the
yeah.
smallest
Yeah.
thing I could think of, but
Right.
people take their life over that.
Yeah.
So imagine going through this shit that we went through.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, bro. So yeah, stuff like that. I can relate to it, but I wouldn't do it personally.
Yeah.
A question from
What up?
GMC
What does
Hammer.
Angie have to say about the video?
Oh, what's up, Andrew? Go ahead.
With the video, I kind of related it to my dad. Like, I never got the attention, I never got the love, I never got the I'm proud of you, I never got the I see what you're doing, and I'm 100% with you. Like, he doesn't do any of that. But I agree with the emotional part. Yeah, it's good to have your guy be comfortable and like, yeah, you can have a shoulder to cry on, but like, don't be putting it all out there. Don't be doing that all the time. Like, I want to see you do better. Yeah, have your fallback. I'm here for you, but show up. You know, you can fall back, but get back
He's
up.
supposed to be the rock.
Yeah, 100%. But then also that's why women are so vital to a relationship, because yeah, and I always tell people this, when a guy goes out and he works and he's conquering the world, he wants to come home to peace. He wants to come home to be like, hey, this happened today. I can't tell anybody else, but I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of guys don't get that. Even when they date girls,
Yep.
they still don't get that. So it sucks. MGC Hammer says, question for the panel: where do you guys find good girls? I'm gonna let Josh finds it, because he finds all the good girls.
Do I? Some.
Christian
I mean,
Mingle?
What happened?
Yo, that's
Christian Mingle.
funny.
Christian Mingle. Nah. I mean, you can find them really anywhere. You're just gonna have a higher likelihood of finding them in pure places, if
Not
that makes
Miami.
sense. Yeah, I mean, yeah, not Miami. There's still some good ones here for sure. There's outliers everywhere, but you know, I mean, get outside, go take a walk in the park, go to the beach, go to a yoga class. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym. Like, you're gonna find them doing what you like to do. So go do whatever it is you like to do, and it's gonna happen. And it's gonna happen when you least expect it.
Agreed.
You know, when you don't necessarily expect it to happen, it's gonna happen. That's at least what I've noticed. My most beautiful relationships I've ever had were ones I didn't expect were gonna happen. So yeah, and I was just living my life focused on me, and then it was just like, boop, in pops this, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yep, agreed. And that goes for, like, I hear a lot of women's like, oh, manifest, bro. Just live your life. What's gonna happen is, as you're living your life, like, beautiful things are gonna start to happen. And like, it could be even with us with this podcast. We started doing this, and all of a sudden we're meeting people like you. You know, we're meeting sponsors, we're meeting other people that we're working with. It's like, wow. When we really sit here and think about it, it is hard doing all this, but then beautiful stuff starts to happen, and then you're just like, wow, we're just literally pursuing our dream, bro.
Yeah. What I have to say to that is pretty simple. Why are you trying to look for a girl?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to
They
say.
look for you most of the time.
Still, why would you even, why is girls your problem? Are you where you want to be at in life? If you were, I think you would have a girl.
Yeah. So yeah, personally, I don't look for girls, you know. But if I meet one, I just meet one. You know what I mean? So, how many other videos do we have, Anwar?
3 more.
3 more. Let's just do one more, bro.
All right, I'm just gonna do the next one.
All right. Shout out to the chat, man.
What the hell are we going to do without men? You look around the city here, you see all these buildings go up. These men, they're doing impossible things. They're under the streets, working on the sewers. They're up on the power lines in the storms and the rain. They're keeping this impossible infrastructure functioning. This thing that works in a miraculous manner. They work themselves to death, and often literally. And the gratitude for that is sorely lacking, especially among the people who should be most grateful. You see university professors, especially of the social justice bent, who are among the most protected and privileged people that the world has ever produced. They take everything they have for granted, failing to understand entirely that there's a massive infrastructure of unbelievably hardworking, solidly laboring, working class men breaking themselves in half on a regular basis, making sure that everything that always breaks works. And so a little gratitude for that is in order. And it's very useful to tell
Shut it off right there, bro.
everyone.
God, that's a long ass video. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, women wait at the finish line and fuck the winners, you know, and then like the song, you know, it's true. Like it's so true. But then again, it says it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl.
True.
It's like, why the fuck did we build the buildings? Why did
we know why?
Yeah. Why did we put all this stuff together? Why are we really pursuing our dreams? You know what I mean? It's that dynamic.
We know why.
We know what's up.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's a man's world. Yeah, we built a lot of the stuff. Yeah, we created a lot of technology, put it all together. Yes, there are female inventors, there's outliers and everything, as I always say, but ultimately this whole world is really placated towards women.
Yeah.
And it was built by men. And the man wants to give, he wants to provide, he wants to protect. So naturally you get buildings, you get houses, you get cars, you get inventions, you get whatever, the iPhone, whatever. So it's natural to happen this way, and I'm fully accepting of that. But yeah, if you don't do enough, you may go overlooked.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. It's like there's a reason 90% of the women go after the top 10% of men. It's like, hey, it's a cold world, but this is the rules of the game that we're playing. And if you don't want to accept them, you can be an incel and go ghost and not be known by nobody, and that's fine. You can do that, but it's going to be a very depressing life, and you're not going to feel like you amounted to much, and you're not going to have that fulfillment of a man. Every man has that natural innate desire to build an empire, to conquer something, to go to war and win. So I think, you know, just going out there and doing something, I mean, he's making a very solid point, because yeah, a lot of men go underappreciated. Yeah. And it's like, you know, and they're the ones building the fucking building. Yep. You know, and then there's other people who ain't doing that hard, tough labor on a day to day, and they're just living in them. You know, and maybe it was, you know, mind over matter, or, you know, the brain over brawn kind of thing. But still, it's like, yeah, there's definitely, you know, a lot of construction workers, a lot of police officers, a lot of EMTs, a lot of firefighters that are going underappreciated. And then, you know, it's like, I don't know, yeah, there definitely should be more done for people like that, because that's really the backbone of every society.
It's always the hard jobs that are underappreciated.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you're gonna leave here with a brand new perspective.
Oh, definitely.
Speak up, son.
Like,
you gonna keep your no friends?
No. I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind, but I mean, I am definitely gonna leave here with a different perspective, with a different mindset, different perspective. Like, I can't look at a video and like have a thought just like that from the top. Like, I honestly didn't understand that video until he started talking, and I was just like, oh, like this is what he meant. And then it just comes, like everything starts rolling, and I'm just start thinking about the pays. Like, they're not even getting paid as much as they're worth. They're what they're doing with the schools, with firefighters, with cops. Like, they're trying to do better, and then the society's just like downing them as like being the bad people, being the
brokies.
Exactly. And it's just like, I agree.
And that's why you have to break out of the fucking matrix, because they don't give a fuck about you.
But then again, like, they're the ones that if they break out, what are we gonna have? Like, it sucks, but it's just like we're benefiting from them.
Mhm.
I want
And
you to try to break out though.
yeah, of course. Get what you need and do it yourself.
Yeah.
Get it yourself, improve. But
more and more people keep coming, these bots.
yeah.
Yeah, and guys, I'll say one thing, man. Josh has been a guest here a few times now, and the number one thing we always get every single time he comes on is, who is he and why is he so amazing? Like the way you speak. So, guys, if you guys want to, make sure you go to his Instagram, go follow him, hit him up. I'm pretty sure you reply to DMs, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
He replies to DMs. He has a course, guys. Make sure you go hit him up. We're gonna take a few more questions before we get off. The panel has been amazing. We did a show earlier too, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Like the video. Anwar, any other last questions before we get going?
David Jones asks, Eric, how many women have approached you recently?
Bro, a lot more than I'd like, to be honest. I'm focused right now, so I'm not really worried about women right now, but and he can vouch for that. We had a conversation earlier where I'm just like, bro, lock in, you know what I mean? Like I'm locked in, especially after this weekend. I was like, yeah, I'm locked in, I'm ready to go. And it's just, I realized that women, as amazing as they can be, they're very distracting. So, time to lock in.
Black hole that never ends.
For sure. Yeah.
I don't want to say the person's name, but you
Yeah.
remember what I said. I want my own let's call
Oh
her
yeah.
Jackie. I want my own Jackie.
Yeah. Any other ones, bro, before we get going?
Yeah, Ricardo says, well, these aren't questions, these are comments. Ricardo says, someone has to be a doctor, lawyer, construction worker, etc. They'll always be there. The ones who break out are very few, hence the 1%.
Yeah, shout out to you, Ricardo.
And Priscilla says, hard to find a woman that's going to look at you with more than just a beneficial point of view. Takes difficult times, partnered with genuine intentions with the hope of succeeding and growing together.
Shout out to Priscilla.
I mean, you should look for a partner. I mean, I guess that benefits you.
Yeah.
Even if it's for a man, like you want nurture. I mean.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. We look for different benefits. Like, I want a woman that's gonna take care of my kids. I want a woman that when I get home, like, food's gonna be cooked. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get that massage. I'm gonna get that gok.
But
we
know as men that we have to, be at this certain level.
Yeah.
To get that.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like I'm coming home from work. I'm already providing. Right? I'm already providing. So you're taking care of, the kids are taken care of. I just want to be taken care of.
Yeah.
It's really like just everybody's taking care of each other.
Mutually
right?
beneficial.
Yeah, mutually. Yo, shout out to the chat, man. You guys were phenomenal today. Amazing as always. Completely nonstop conversations from start to finish. Shout out to Josh again for coming through. Shout out to Angie. Make sure you guys go click on the bio. Their Instagrams are going to be on there. She is single for everybody questioning. And
go slide.
Yeah, make sure she gets rid of her friends though before you slide.
If you see her in the gym and she starts waving, she wants it.
If it's glute day, she wants
it.
Before we go, how'd you like the show?
I really did like it. It gave me different point of views. It gave me a whole shift in mindset, and I want to improve on my speech. I want to be able to watch
He
a
has that
video
effect
and
on
know
everybody.
it. Yeah, like I want to be able to put myself out there more, like verbally.
Yeah.
I feel like I stop myself so much just because I don't know what the next thing to say, but then I go and I take a second and I say it, and it's okay to take a second, but it's just like with like trying to keep, like it feels like I'm trying to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay. Hey, you're being completely transparent right now. That's really beautiful. That's really nice. So, because like a lot of people wouldn't say stuff like that. We had a conversation earlier about our pauses and the way that we speak and how I say, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So that's being vulnerable is actually it's really strong to an extent, right? Because you're identifying your weaknesses. I know my weaknesses because every time after a show, guess what I do? I sit down and I watch every single episode, and I'm like, I could have done that better. Anwar could have done that better. Beza, we could have done this better. And guess what? We're slowly but surely going to keep getting better. So good for you. And by the way, reach out to LG. He coaches. So
facts.
I mean, like you got the white Jesus here. So I think they called you Miami Jesus actually.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Tarzan. There's a lot of names.
Tarzan. He's Achilles.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, Matthew. Yeah. But before we get going, how'd you feel about today's show, Josh?
It was good. It was great. Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was great.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys again. The chat, you guys were amazing. Go ahead, Basil.
You go to a club?
I don't.
actually.
Okay, WNG. Now we can end it.
Yeah.
Now we,
Okay.
All right, guys, thank you.
Don't
Guys,
forget to subscribe, yo.
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe and like the video, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the daytime show. Peace.
Thank
Take
you
care.
for having me.
Bye.
See ya.